Parkside building was conceived on this exquisite collisions concept, and it's worked brilliantly. You get these visual kind of glimpses of fashion, interior, architecture that combine, which allows you to see everybody. So when you're coming up the central staircase, you can see people from architecture, you can see people from fashion, they're involved in the process. They also see you doing the works. The exhibition, for example, was pretty much a public exhibition in the assembly on its own right. But it was a good involvement. Again, people were on show, it was their ownership, it was their work, it was our work. And it was completely owned by everybody in that department and every other department.
We are currently squatting within Birmingham City University. The idea is that we set up our business, our enterprise, within the university. We don't have to pay overheads because we have free space, but in return we share our skills and experience with the students and the staff and create this community of academics and professionals.
It's a collaborative space that creates the sense of space that you would want to work in, but it creates that sense of space not by being fixed and solid. It's more transient. It's a space where you can inhabit it without being separated from the university, because it needs to be at one. It needs to sit within this. It needs to sit within the atrium space, but not be separate. So it's a design which creates a sensation of space without separating you. It allows that audio noise from the atrium to filter through. It also allows the visual to filter through, but it just creates a kind of a place of contemplation where you can be separate but still involved with the whole surroundings of this collaborative space generally.
We initially had trouble getting applications in from departments, but the most helpful thing, it turned out, was Parkside itself. Just by walking around the different spaces, we managed to just introduce the project to students and getting them involved.
It's been great working with other students and seeing different ways to how they present their work and how they go through the design process, really. And I've been able to use that into my work as well to get sort of better outcomes for my designs.
The major benefit for me that I could see personally and from people involved in the project was the generation of ideas outside of your field of expertise. One of the key things for me was looking at how an architect would view a piece of design in comparison to a product designer, in comparison to a fashion designer. Neither discipline takes precedent or controls the design. Each one has a validity to their own ideas, and those ideas inform other ideas, which then inform other ideas, which then come up with a unique-ish form of design. I would never have considered some of the design steps that the interior design students took, because that's not my background. Same with the fashion students, I would never have considered taking those design steps, but then my expertise influenced their expertise, and we came up with a product that was as original as it possibly could be.
As well as using the Parkside building for some inspiration, we also went out and explored Birmingham. We went over to Digbeth, to their independent art scene over there, and visited some art galleries and Grand Union studios. Spoke to some of the professionals and artists there, learnt about their projects that they've done, as well as getting advice from them for what we could do with our project. We've also been over to Millennium Point, to the think tank, which was quite a big source of inspiration for our project, looking at Birmingham's industrial heritage.
Creative students are obviously brilliant with designing and creative thinking, innovative thinking. But when it comes to business, they can sometimes struggle and not know the expertise. We wanted to create a platform for these students to get a real-life insight in how to set up your own business, particularly if you're just graduated or near graduating.
I've done business qualifications in the past, so it is something I've always been interested in, is looking into my own business, and I guess it's opened up that avenue with contacts and seeing that people are doing it and have done it in the past, and so it's given me some inspiration for the future.